Welcome to the Gemara on Vav Amud Aleph. We're starting 16 lines up from the bottom. Amar Rabbi Yossi bar Chanina. Rabbi Yossi bar Chanina said, "Mai dichtiv, what does it mean, that which is written? How can you explain this pasuk? V'hasiroti damav mipiv v'shikutzav mi ben shinav v'nishar gam hu l'Eloheinu." What is the meaning of this pasuk? When you look at the homework sheet, which is this page, you'll see that I give you all the psukim on the bottom here. So this pasuk means I will take away his blood from his mouth and his detestable things, his gross things from between his teeth, and he also shall be a remnant for our God. This is a messianic prophecy from Zechariah talking about what will happen la'atid lavo. It's picking up, by the way, on the previous pasuk that we discussed, Ekron ta'aker, and that Ekron will someday be uprooted. That's also a messianic prophecy, as is this, and we're going to explain what this pasuk means. V'hasiroti zamav mipiv, that part of the verse, ze beit bamya shelahen. This refers to their beit bamya. The Bach actually changes this word. We'll look at this in class, and says it shouldn't say bamya. This word should actually say karya. Either way, it's the name of a type of avodah zarah. So this is, one of their houses of avodah zarah. So it means God will remove this type of avodah zarah. V'shikutzav mi ben shinav, that phrase in the pasuk, ze beit galia shelahen. And Rashi says that's another kind of avodah zarah, beit galia. So God will also remove this type of avodah zarah. V'nishar gam hu l'Eloheinu. These words in the pasuk about something remaining for their God. Elu batei knasiot ubatei midrashot shebe'edom. These are the shuls and batei midrash that are in Edom. So in other words, everything bad about Edom will be uprooted, and the good things, the Jewish things, will remain. Here's another pasuk, here's the continuation of the pasuk. V'haya ka'aluf b'Yehuda ve'ekron ki yevusi. So again, the continuation of the same pasuk. So it's down here. He'll be like a chief in Judah, and Ekron will be like a Yevusi, which Rashi says Yevusi here refers to Jerusalem. So what does this pasuk mean? So this part of the pasuk, Elo tratriot v'karkasiot shebe'edom, she'atidin sarei Yehuda l'lamed behen Torah. This refers to the theaters and the circuses in Edom, in which the heads of Yehuda are in the future going to teach Torah. Right? They're sort of the venues that we see as negative nowadays will eventually be transformed into something positive for teaching Torah. L'lamed behen Torah barabim, they'll teach Torah publicly there. Amar Rabbi Yitzchak. Okay, new statement. This one by Rabbi Yitzchak. Leshem zo pamyas. Leshem, a place name, is actually Pamyas, another place name, which Rashi explains is the source. It's where the Jordan River flows from. It's called Leshem. It's also called Pamyas. Ekron ta'aker, zo kesari bat Edom. And that verse that we quoted before, right, about Ekron being uprooted, that refers to, again, Kesari, Caesarea, bat Edom, which belongs to Edom, which may be identified with the Roman Empire. Shehi hayta Metropolin shel Melachim, which was a metropolin of kings. Rashi explains that metropolin is a place that inspires or instills the awe of kings and people. That's what it means. It's very similar to the word metropolis. It comes from a Greek root, and it implies a place where the fear of power is instilled. Ika da'amre, there are those who say, demarbe ba'malche, that it's actually a place where lots of kings are raised, sort of where the young kings are raised. The Ika da'amre demuk memina malche kesari. Demuk memina malche. And others say it's a place where the kings are selected from there. So if you need to pick a king, that's where you go. That's where the king is sort of anointed from. Either way, the implication is that it's a place of great power. It's a place that is a source of power. Okay, new statement. Kesari v'Yerushalayim. Kesari, Caesarea, and Jerusalem. Im yomar lecha adam charvu shtehen al ta'amen. If someone says to you that both were destroyed, charvu means destroyed. Someone says, oh, both of them were destroyed, then don't believe them. Yeshvu shtehen al ta'amen. if someone says that they're both settled, they're both, cities that are doing well, don't believe them. Charva Kesari v'yashva Yerushalayim. If someone says to you, oh, Caesarea was destroyed, but Jerusalem is a settled, good place, or Charva Yerushalayim v'yashva Kesari, or that Jerusalem was destroyed and Caesarea was inhabited, ta'amen, then you should believe them. Meaning you should only believe them if they say that one of them is doing well and the other was destroyed. Shene'emar, as it says in the Pasuk in Yechezkel, Imal'ah hachareva. This is, again, a Pasuk. I have it in full down here. So literally, Imal'ah hachareva, I shall be filled with her that is laid waste. So it is about Jerusalem being destroyed. But there's a midrashic reading of it here. Im mele'ah chareva zo, right? Im mele'ah sounds kind of like im mele'ah. So if this one is full, chareva zo, this one is destroyed. Im mele'ah zu, chareva zu, and if the other one's destroyed, if the other one's full, then the other one's destroyed, right? Only one of them, Jerusalem or Caesarea, can thrive at a time, not at the same time. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak Amar Mahacha. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak has the same idea, but he says it from here, meaning he has a different source for the same idea, a different proof text for the same idea. Ula'om ila'om yamatz. This is from the prophecy given to Rivka when she was pregnant with the twins, that basically the way it's interpreted here, only one will be in power at a time. Ula'om ila'om yamatz. Here it's translated as one will be stronger than the other, and then it says the elder will serve the younger. Right? So one will be stronger than the other. They can't both be strong at the same time. That's Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak's proof for the fact that only either Kesari or Yerushalayim can be doing well at a time. The Amar Rabbi Yitzchak, and here's another statement from Rabbi Yitzchak. Mai dichtiv, what does it mean that which is written? Yuchan Rasha Balamed Tzedek. Yet another pasuk he wants to know the meaning of. This one's from Yeshayahu. Have mercy on. You should have mercy on the bad person, on the evil person. Yuchan Rasha, have mercy on him. Let favor be shown to him. Balamed Tzedek, but he will not learn righteousness. And the continuation of the pasuk we're going to see in a minute. Be'eretz nechachot ya'avel. In the land of uprightness, he will do bad things, and ubal yireh ge'ut Hashem, he will not behold the majesty of God. And this is about a way of thinking about evil people. So, according to Rabbi Yitzchak, here's what that pasuk means. Amar Yitzchak lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yitzchak Avinu, said before God, Ribono shel olam, master of the world, Yuchan Esav, show favor, show mercy to Esav. Amar lo, God said back to him, Rashahu, nope, he's bad. Amar lo, so Yitzchak says back to him, Balamed Tzedek, can he not learn any righteousness? Like, is there really no hope for him? Amar lo, so God quotes the rest of the verse to him, Be'eretz nochachot ya'avel. He's going to seriously mess up the land of Israel one day. So basically the implication being like, why would I do anything nice for him? Amar lo, so Yitzchak says back to him, Im ken bal yireh ge'ut Hashem. If that's really the case, then he shouldn't see the glory of God, which probably means, don't give him any schar in Olam Haba, don't give him any reward in Olam Haba, in the world to come. The Amar Rabbi Yitzchak, okay, new statement by Rabbi Yitzchak, or new question. Mai dichtiv, what does it mean that which is written? Al titen Hashem me'avei rasha, zamamo al tapeg yiromu sela. What does this pasuk mean? Let me put this in yellow, and then we'll look at the pasuk itself. So what exactly does this pasuk mean? A pasuk from Tehillim. I'm going to read it to you in English. Hashem shouldn't grant the desires of the rasha, of the evil person, and his wicked decree shouldn't be furthered, shouldn't be supported or satisfied. Yarumu sela, so that they support themselves, and then sela is the sort of untranslatable word that often ends verses in Tehillim. So what does this pasuk mean? Amar Yaakov lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So this one is a conversation between Yaakov and God. Yaakov Avinu said to God, Ribono shel olam, Master of the universe, Al titen la'esav harasha ta'avat libo. Don't give Esav, the evil one, what he wants. Zamamo al tefek, and his don't satisfy his desires. One sec. I'm gonna scroll down. Zo Germamia shel Edom. This refers to a certain kingdom. Here Rashi helps us out a lot, but I'm not going to read you all the Rashis. But this refers to Germamia shel Edom. Maybe it's a reference actually to Germania, to a place called Germany, but a sort of a kingdom within Edom. Don't grant his wish in this way refers to this particular kingdom. Because if this particular kingdom within Edom was to kind of get out of hand, if they were to attack us, or do whatever, sort of have their way, they would actually destroy the entire world. The Amar Rabbi Chama bar Chanina, and Rabbi Chama bar Chanina said, again in reference to this kingdom, Tlat mea ketire taga ika bergermamia shel Edom. There are 300 crowns in this place, in this kingdom of Edom, meaning there's sort of 300 kings, basically, in this place. V'tlat mea v'shitin v'chamisha marzavne ika barome. And there are even more. So there are 365 important people. Marzavne are like dukes or ministers in Rome. And every day, some of these important people in Rome, the 365, they go out and kill one of these kings in Germania. And they're very busy appointing kings, basically. So that's sort of a complicated statement, but the idea is that the way in which God has chosen to hold back this terribly evil kingdom of Edom from destroying the whole world is that you have all these evil kings, and then you have their presumably also evil dukes or ministers, and they're constantly killing each other. So every day they have to elect a new king, basically, or whatever, appoint a new king, and that keeps them really busy and keeps them from kind of having their way in the world. Again, Germania is apparently this kind of place, kingdom within Edom, and it's even worse, or it represents kind of the worst of what's possible within Edom, which is already pretty bad. And Zamamo al tefek means don't satisfy his desires, but Rashi explains this word zamam as like an iron ring that goes in the nose, let's say, of like a strong animal, so that you can lead it by its nose. So in that reading, it means don't take the nose ring out of Edom, right? Continue to control Edom the way you have up until now. Again, basically, this last part is just saying that both of these last two parts, the conversation with Yaakov and the conversation with Yitzchak, are talking about punishing Edom, restraining Esav, restraining this wicked force in the world. So I just have two questions for you for the homework. You should, of course, review this section and make sure you understand it, and let me know if you have any questions. But your specific questions are, number one, why are we talking about this? Remember that we came off of talking about place names, and we thought about why it might be that the Gemara is so invested in figuring out the names of places. And so why is the Gemara now so focused on identifying certain places with Edom or with Esav, and sort of fantasizing about what's going to happen with those places, what's going on there? That's not a right or wrong answer necessarily, but I'm curious what you think. And the second question is, what's the relationship between Edom and Yerushalayim, or between Kesari specifically, described as Bad Edom, and Yerushalayim, right? Those two places are mentioned, Caesarea and Yerushalayim, and what's the relationship between the two? Those are your questions, and this is the end of the video.